They had MC Oloye, who was killing for it. Now they have brought out Sunday Igboho, who is going to be willing to kill for it.
Àsìkò ẹ̀yin lólùfẹ́ wa mo kí wa nílé lóko níbikíbi tá bá wà. Ẹ wo fọ́nrán tí mo gbé wá lánàá nípa nǹkan tí Omoyele Sowore tó sọ, gbogbo wa náà la rí. Gbajúgbajà ajàfẹ́tọ̀ọ́ ọmọ ènìyàn once presidential aspirant Omoyele Sowore, ọmọ Yorùbá tí ẹ mọ̀, ẹgbọ́n tó sọ nípa Oloye Igboho. Ìmí ni mo ti gbé wálé ní o. Ẹ wá gbọ́rọ̀ tó ń jábọ́ lẹ́nu ẹ̀. Kì í ṣe mi nìkan la gbọ́ fídíò ni mo ṣe gbé wá fún wa. Àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí ti ń pọ̀ jù. Ojú tí a fi ń wò nǹkan yàtọ̀ síra. Àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí ti ń pọ̀ jù. Ìwọ ń sọ wípé wọ́n support the time Tinubu ó ń lo MC Oloye láti máa pa àwọn ènìyàn. Oní Oloye Igboho náà ti fẹ́ máa lò ń sìn láti máa pa àwọn ènìyàn. Àwọn kìíní wọ̀nyí ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi, ó fẹ́ dàbí pé nígbà tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ àyàbálélé nípa Ìbà Gani Adams àti Olóyè Sunday Igboho. Ní àwọn èèyàn á máa sọ pé Ìbà Gani Adams àwọn èèyàn ti jagun rí, jagunjagun ni wọ́n, kíní kan ni wọ́n. Ibo ló ti jagun? Ibo ni Ìbà Gani Adams ti jagun? Ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá rò pé òun mọ̀ bẹ̀ ká bá mi tẹ̀ sí comment section. Ibi tí Ìbà Gani Adams ti jagun, ogun àfẹnujá ni wọ́n ń jà, wọn ò jagun kankan rí. Amọ̀pá akíkanjú ni wọ́n o. Irọ́ a lè jiyàn yẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n pé àwọn jagun bí kankan síbi tán ti jagun kò síbẹ̀. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá bí ẹgbẹ́ wọn náà ni wọ́n pa Fáṣẹ̀hùn àti Gani Adams nígbà gbogbo ló rántí àkéré nínú ayé. Wọ́n pa àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá. Wọ́n pa àwọn èèyàn lákòókò níbi tá a ti wá, a rántí gbogbo ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tí Omoyele Sowore sọ nípa Olóyè Sunday Igboho again.
They had MC Oloye, who was killing for it. Now they have brought out Sunday Igboho, who is going to be willing to kill for it. Anybody who is not willing to die for his mandate is not worth voting for in any election, even if it is class captain. Because there's nowhere in the world that power is given to people on the platter of gold. You have to, you ask for it, you fight for it, you either live or die for it. That's the nature of power. You see, the problem with the defense of the votes last time was that, and I'll give it to every one of you who were involved in that, you were ready to give your life, but your leaders were not willing to do anything. And without leadership, you cannot achieve victory of that dimension. Not a single hand was raised. I even volunteered, and I'm saying this, you can ask Dele Farotimi, that if the person who claimed to win that vote is willing to lead the protest, I will go out and be part of it. But I'm not going to lead your protest for you so that you can mock me by going to a meeting with the people who are taking the mantle from you. And talking about Abiola again, the only reason why we followed Abiola was because Abiola was willing to die for his mandate, and he did die for his mandate. Anybody who is not willing to die for his mandate is not worth voting for in any election, even if it is class captain. Because there's nowhere in the world that power is given to people on the platter of gold. You have to, you ask for it, you fight for it, you either live or die for it. That's the nature of power. And the people you are dealing with were ready to kill for it. True. They had MC Oloye, who was killing for it. Now they have brought out Sunday Igboho, who is going to be willing to kill for it. So you must have people on your own side too who are willing to die for it. And then it will be 0-0, as they say, goalless draw.
Okay, sir, from your speech,
yes.
So you admit that Peter Obi won the election, but he didn't fight for it. Is that what
if you can't fight for something, how can you declare you want something that you can't fight for? That was the problem. He didn't stand up to even tell anybody that he won. There's nowhere today apart from asking you guys to look at the judiciary. I'm just coming from the judiciary. You can look at the judiciary all you want. The best thing that can happen to your eyes is they will catch Apollo. That's all. But if the judiciary knows that there's war outside, they will rule according to the wish of the people.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, TDK.
And listen to me properly. You are going to die anyways. Yes. So you better choose something to die for that will make you even proud when you are dying, that I chose to die for something. It's a matter of time, and I mean time, if things keep going the way it is, that you start dying for nothing. When you talk about protests, if a protest is unsuccessful, it is because there are not enough people who are participating in the protest. If a protest wants to be successful, just let everybody leave whatever they are doing. Go out. A protest done by everybody on the same day is called a revolution. Yes. But if you are still in doubt that whether somebody will carry on after you die or not, you are not ready. All these things you call protests are not protests. Some of the protests we are even talking about are organized by our enemies to make us feel that they have opposition. But the kind of protest we need is a protest of everybody. Look at the number of people in this country, in this room, who are listening to beautiful speech. If you step out of the streets just to walk to the next bus stop, the country will start shaking. There are not less than 200 people in this room. But if we call for a protest now, half of you will be preaching to have, not to go out. And you are wondering why protests don't succeed. We must all agree that to get and take back our country, we must be willing to put our boots on the ground. And when that happens, there is nobody, and I can tell you categorically because I've been in small and big protests before, that nobody will wait and want to know what 100,000 people are going to do if they are all marching in Abuja. You all saw it. At least you have tested protests through NSAS. The reason why NSAS failed, I keep telling you, is that we had the wrong set of leaders for NSAS who weren't willing to die. They were more interested in the publicity. Otherwise, we were just a few weeks or steps from the Aso Rock itself. Soldiers were already removing their uniform in this Abuja. Governors were calling that their policemen were no longer reporting to duty. People had already started to immerse themselves in the future. But then you had people who were having conversation on the ground. We should not lie about it, with Dangote and the rest of them on Zoom discussing how to end the protest. And that they didn't want a revolution, they only wanted the end of police brutality. Did the people participate in it because of police brutality alone? The reason why SARS was successful is because people were tired of the Buhari regime. Simple. But we allowed that to fade away, and we are still here debating. When we are ready, my brother, these people will run away.
Okay, sir.
You have only 10,000 public officials in Nigeria. You have 200 million people who are afraid of 10,000 people. It doesn't make any sense.
Thanks. Hello.
He doesn't even have a political party. That's the truth. Because the ADC that he was lured into, they are mostly, the ADC is owned 100% by Atiku. And the only available position there is the vice presidency, which I heard Amechi has already taken. Is there a second vice president for the South in the ADC? But that's not the issue. What I keep telling people is that there is alliance of the old. The only alliance we have not created is the alliance of the new, of the oppressed. Because a lot of you are still distanced from politics. Politics to you still looks like something done by dirty people and should be left for dirty people. You are only part of the conversation about politics and leadership. You have not inserted and immersed yourself ambitiously into politics. The reason I'm saying so is that you go and review your participation in 2022, which is what most of you claim credit for. You joined the Labour Party. Some of you didn't join. You invested your time, your energy. Some of you invested your lives. What did it produce? Senators that were in Labour Party who are now in APC. House of Rep members that are in Labour Party who are now in APC. So there's a place for ideological purity. If the people you presented in 2022 and 2023 who became your senators and House of Rep members were ideologically aligned with your own aspirations, they would not be in APC today. They would have been the bedrock of the people we can rely upon to help us fight for electoral integrity in the House, in the Senate. But how many of them are still with you today? None. Not a single one. Even Alex Otti, that is still in Labour Party, is closer to Tinubu than the man in Imo. They are friends. I think he's only staying in Labour Party waiting to see, because I'm telling you this because Alex Otti is my friend, personal friend. But I don't meet anybody who is in power at the moment. I let them do what they have to do. And just accept that lack of ideological purity in your perception, participation in party politics will always rob you of the opportunity and will only create opportunists that will exploit your sweat, your efforts and energy and squander them, which is what has happened to the Labour Party. Ask yourself, what happened to your Labour Party? Are you still in charge of your Labour Party? Can you recognize Labour Party today if you see it? But were you not the guys who were telling us that if we don't join Labour Party in 2022 and 2023 that we have committed heresy in this country? Are you not the ones?
ẹ ṣeun ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi ẹ̀nà ìgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu Omoyele Sowore ṣó yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti ń pọ̀ jù nǹkan tó bá wo olúkàlùkù ló lè ṣe ìwọ náà oṣù sí ni láti pé o fẹ́ máa ṣe òṣèlú oṣù sí ni pé o wá láti Amẹ́ríkà láti wá contest for president election tó dey work. It's your decision. Kò ní tó lè force ẹ. Oloye Igboho ti choose ibi tó fẹ́ fèsì ń sìn lóòótọ́ Yorùbá nation ti dàrú ẹ má jẹ́ ká ẹ wo ojú gbogbo ayé ni mo ti ń sọ ń sìn o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni àwọn ibẹ̀ ká kún bẹ̀ ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì ti bá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ènìyàn lórí ìgbésẹ̀ tí Oloye gbé yìí. Ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì bá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn ń pè wájú and receive message from left and right. Láti receive message calling opinion different thing. Lóòótọ́ Oloye ààbò ṣe kókó ọ̀nà tó gbégbà tí mo fẹ́ fèsì ààbò kan gbé fún un ṣùgbọ́n Oloye Igboho ní ká jẹ́ ká fọgbọ́n ṣe ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ṣé wọ́n fọgbọ́n ṣe kò gbogbo ẹ̀ dàrú kò yé wa ìyàwó ìbéèrè táwa gan ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn ará wa tájọjọ ń ṣe papọ̀ ni torí gbogbo ẹ̀ dàrú ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì bá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ènìyàn. Pé ṣé Oloye wa kó wá ń sa àwọn èèyàn wá ń jèrè ọ̀rọ̀ lára wa àwọn kan wá sọ pé ṣèbọn wọn ti ń sọ bíi 2 years ago 3 years ago pé olóṣèlú ni wọ́n fẹ́ kó wa lọ fún olóṣèlú ni wọ́n wá ń sọ wípé ó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ àbí kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ní ìbéèrè táwọn èèyàn ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ wa pé ṣé ó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ àbí kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ló jọ gàtí kò jọ gàtí ó fẹsẹ̀ méjèèjì ti ro àbí báwo náà lẹ́yìn náà ṣe rí sí torí gbogbo àwọn kan wọ̀nyí ó jẹun tó tẹ̀lé tó I'm so confused about it. Àgbà fún Oloye àwọn iṣẹ́ takuntakun tó ti ṣe nílẹ̀ Yorùbá but ṣé ó wá yẹ kí decision Oloye kó wá kó rẹ̀wẹ̀sì bá wa lọ́kàn ó ní ìbéèrè tí mo wá fẹ́ béèrè ṣó yẹ kó rẹ̀wẹ̀sì bá ọkàn gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá Oloye máa wá bá wa nínú ìrìn àjò ni ẹ má máa gbàgbé Oloye wá bá wa nú ẹ̀ ní o why tó fi jẹ́ pé decision Oloye ń sì wá bring everything down why okay to think of it ṣé administration ni Oloye wà nínú ìjọba nínú Yorùbá nation ṣé bí security ni Oloye wà ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ fọpọlọ gbé okay ibo làwọn ẹgbẹ́ àwọn aspect tó kù àwọn ẹ̀ka tó kù ibo ni wọ́n wà ibo làwọn administrative tó kù ibo ni wọ́n wà kí ni function wọn why àwọn ys kí ni function wọn àwọn igbákejì bàbá why tí decision Oloye Igboho wá divide gbogbo wa kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣé ó yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ jẹ́ ká jọjọ jòkó ká jọ rò ọ̀rọ̀ ọpọlọ lílé tó wà nílẹ̀ ṣó yẹ kí decision tó Oloye gbé ṣó yẹ kó divide attention gbogbo wa sójú kan dé pé gbogbo wa náà àwa ẹni Oloye fẹ́ kó wá bá wa nínú inú struggle yìí ni kí ni ẹ má yẹ kí ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ sọ Oloye sọ pé òun fẹ́ tẹ̀lé APC gbogbo wa wá káwọ́ jọ ti jẹ́ ká continue nǹkan tá à ń ṣe àmọ́ nǹkan tá à ń ṣe nìyẹn tó bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yes àmọ́ nǹkan tá à ń ṣe àti wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ènìyàn tá a jọ ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ olóṣèlú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ti wá rí ó dàbí ẹyẹ tó fẹ́ fò tán sọ̀kù sí òun nìkan tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí ó dàbí ẹyẹ tó fẹ́ fò tán sọ̀kù sí why tí gbogbo ẹ̀ tó kó rẹ̀wẹ̀sì bá wa lọ́kàn why tó fi rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣó yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ẹ wo ohun tí èmi gbé wá kò jù báyìí lọ o torí bó ṣe ń ká mi lára tí bá ní kí continue máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ mo lè lọ mo lè lọ out of line, mo lè lọ sọ̀rọ̀ out of line, mi dẹ̀ fẹ́ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. I want to remain on my track. I want to remain on my track of portraits. Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni. Torí àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn tó lọ búra, mo sọ̀rọ̀ láìpẹ́ yìí, mo ti sọ sẹ́yìn, àwọn tó lọ búra, wọ́n lọ búra lórí iwájú Ògún, wọ́n lọ ṣe kíní kan, wọ́n ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Ẹ ṣọ́ra yín, èmi ò búra níbi kankan rí. I'm free to do whatever I like. Ẹ ṣọ́ra yín tẹ́ ń búra, ẹ ṣọ́ra yín. Ẹ ṣọ́ra yín o, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ lọ ń búra, ẹ ṣọ́ra yín o. Ọjọ́ tọmọdé ń múlẹ̀ ló mọ̀ kó mọjọ́ tó dalẹ̀ o, ẹ ṣọ́ra yín o. Ògún ò ní fẹ́ jẹ yín wẹ̀ o. Torí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ tẹ̀lé olóṣèlú ẹ ti dalẹ̀ already o, torí kì í ṣe nǹkan tá a jọ ń ṣe rèé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, kì í ṣe nǹkan tá a jọ tẹ́ búra lé nǹkan. Especially ẹ wo, mo ti sọ ń sìn pé máa kí kọjá ààyè mi. Èmi ọmọ yín náà ni Akalamago TV show. Please. Èròǹgbà yín ni o. Don't just watch this video. Mo fẹ́ rí comment yín. That is it. Kò ní bàjẹ́ o. Thank you.